this is the first bees I've seen at all this summer. Oh, there's a bunch of bees. Hi Herbmates, and welcome back to my garden. Today we're going to talk about an herb that is not only beautiful but a pollinator magnet, and it is also full of healing properties. Let's talk about Bee Balm, or Monarda. I'm also going to go over how to harvest it for tea, tincture, and an infused honey. Always please remember, I'm not your doctor or a doctor. This is for educational purposes only. Feel free to do your own research. Okay, so let's get a closer look. Peeking through the goldenrod that is currently in bloom, I have the Bee Balm. And if you were with me a couple weeks ago, you might recall it was in full bloom about a month ago. And the bees, oh, there's a bee right now. And the bees were really enjoying it. So I didn't harvest it then when I was planning to, but I'm going to today. What you'll notice is that it has these shaggy flowers. It's often called Bee Balm, Monarda. The one variant is called Oswego tea, which is usually the redder version. So like I said, this is a little past due, past its prime. I am going to leave some of the ones that are drying out, save seeds. But I'm going to harvest a good amount of it because it is in the mint family. I know it's going to come back. Oh, that bee is just adorable. I know it's going to come back. And I also want to make room for some other plants. Okay, so if we go ahead and crush the leaves between our fingers, it's very aromatic, and aromatic herbs really infuse well into honeys and glycerites because aromatic herbs tend to have volatile oils on their surface. It tastes very much like oregano, a little spicy oregano with a hint of citrus and a hint of mint. It is in the mint family, and everything I tell you today about Monarda is interchangeable with oregano and thyme. They all have very similar properties and work very much the same. So if you're ever in a pinch and you don't have a stocked apothecary, you can always head to your spice captain. So Monarda is a great herb to have in your home apothecary. It is antiseptic, antimicrobial, and diaphoretic, meaning it will help you sweat to break out a fever. It is one of those classic cold and flu herbs, great for sinus congestion, cough suppression. Just anytime you're having the issues in your upper respiratory and head situation, it is a go-to herb. It's also carminative, meaning it will help with stomach upset from like gas and bloating. It will help neutralize that that discomfort.
While harvesting the Monarda, I just could not resist the goldenrod. It's in full bloom right now and absolutely gorgeous. I plan on drying this batch out for tea, but let me know in the comments if this is an herb you guys would like to learn about.
Okay, so I have my Monarda. I have clean jars. We're going to do a tincture and some infused honey, and then the rest, what I don't use, I will take inside to dry for tea. All of the aerial parts of the plant are medicinal, but I'm just going to focus on the flowers and the leaves today. So I'll strip the stems, take the flowers, and while I do this, this is a filtering process to get rid of anything that doesn't, cut it. So I literally come here and just strip the leaves. So for my honey jars, I'm just doing some smaller ones. You don't want to overfill your jars. For honey, it's not like a tincture. You need to leave room for the honey. You want to make sure it's completely covered. So I will put a few in there, and then we will pour honey. Like, I don't want it packed. Like when I do a tincture, I make sure it's really packed really tightly in there so it's potent. You don't want that with honey. You don't want your, never had a honey spoil, but you don't want, that's why you don't overdo it. Okay, so see here, I just loosely filled my jars. They're not stuffed, it's just loose. We're going to cover it with honey. This is raw honey. You're going to want to give it a moment to work its way down. You want to make sure all of your plant material is completely submerged. So I'm going to give this one a moment and I'll start working on the other one. Give it a few minutes and let it make its way all the way down, and then I'll top it off some more. It's normal to have bubbles come up. That's the air leaving. Again, you can see the bottom just completely covered. And like I said, I will put the lid on it. I will flip it upside down a couple times, and I will check on it in a day and make sure that it's still submerged. If I need to top it off, I will. So a quick note on how I like to use the honey. It is great, like I said, if you have a cough and congestion. It's great for little kids. You can just give them a spoonful of it to kind of help that. Kids love honey. It's, goes down easy. The other way I predominantly use it is in my elixirs to soften the tincture flavor, and in cough syrups, herbal cough syrups. I typically extract those into brandy. So honey will, again, soften the blow of that cough syrup. It's also great in tea, of course. I'm already going to put honey in, so I might as well double the medicinal benefit of the honey and use one that's infused. It has, again, a very slightly spicy flavor to it, so the sweet and spice really complements tea. Okay, for an 8-ounce jar, I usually try to get to 2.5 to 3 ounces of plant material. I'm just going to give this a quick chop. Let's see where this gets us. And then these are the stems. Got me to 1.6. Oops. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and use some of the flowers. Like I said, I really pack it in. Give it a chop. A food processor is great to have for these little projects. Well, I'm almost at 2. I'm right at 2, so that is enough. And I'm going to do a 1 to 2 part tincture. So 2 ounces of plant matter will be 4 ounces of menstruum. Just make sure again that it's packed down really well. It's really in there. Give it a second to make its way down. It has a good amount of headspace. So a note about using it for tea, all you have to do is lay out the leaves and the flowers to dry on a flat surface. You can also put them in a paper bag and throw them in the back of your car if it's hot, or you can hang them upside down, let them dry, peel them off, use them as tea. Please let me know in the comments what your go-to herb is for when you're feeling under the weather. Thanks so much for joining me, and as always, please like and subscribe so we can grow, harvest, and heal together.